Hey, Warrior fans, welcome into today's show. Now, on yesterday's show, I asked you who your favorite Warrior was of all time, and we got a lot of great answers from that, and I appreciate you guys interacting with me, but I'm going to switch it up on you on today's show. I'm going to ask you who your favorite current Golden State Warrior is that's not named Stephen Curry or Klay Thompson. Now, I'm sure somebody's not listening right now, and they'll type Steph or Klay down in the comment section. I'll forgive you, but give me an answer in the comment section. Your favorite current Warrior that's not Curry and that's not Thompson. Now, on today's show, I'm not breaking down any news or rumors about your Golden State Warriors. No. I'm breaking down my predictions for the starting five stats. So basically, everybody that's going to be in the starting five next year, I'm going to predict what they're going to average next year, or I guess this year, because the season starts in like a week from today. Now, you look at the starting five. This is who I'm going to project to be in it for now. I do think it's Steph and Wiggins, and then I think Kelly Oubre will be the 3, Wiseman at the 5, and Draymond Green at the 4. I think that is the best option for Steve Kerr to roll with the Golden State Warriors on night one. Stephen Curry, he's going to be there. And I think you can maybe see some guys mix in as well. I think Wiggins and Oubre will both get some run with the second unit. It just kind of depends. But to start the season and really to start off games, I think this is your best option for a starting five. And, of course, you got the rookie James Wiseman in the middle. Let's start with Steph Curry. I'm going to predict his stats first. Of course, the ever-steady presence that is a member of the Golden State Warriors. But not so steady these last couple years due to injury. Now, last year, he only ended up playing in 5 games. And in those 5 games, it wasn't pretty. He put up 20 points per game, dished out the ball well and rebounded well as he usually does. But his three-point percentage was way off at 24.5%. But the year before that, when he was 100%, he was putting up 27, 5, and 5 and shooting better than 43% from beyond the three-point arc and played in 69 of the available 82 games for the Golden State Warriors. And I think that is the Steph that many people are expecting back this year. But you know what? I'm going to do you one better. I think Stephen Curry, and I've said this from the beginning, I think Stephen Curry is going to have an MVP level season. I think he will finish top 3, and I think the only way he does that is by averaging this stat line right here. This is my exact prediction. You can save it, come back to it, and clown me, or give me my pat on the back that I'll deserve at the end of the year. I think he's going to put up 28.8 points per game, dish out 8 assists. I think this will be one of his best passing years of his career. Rebounds will take a little bit of a dip, but that's fine. He doesn't need to rebound that well, and he'll get back on track with his three-point percentage, at 42.8%. Now, I know you guys are all Warriors fans, so honestly, this should be an easy question for you. In fact, I'm going to make it the pinned comment on today's video, so if you get hit with the YouTube ad break, you can go ahead and scroll on down and let me know if you guys believe Steph Curry will be a top 3 MVP candidate this year. Type Y for yes, type your N for no. You can catch me typing my Y for yes in the comment section. Let's go to Andrew Wiggins, who's one of the most polarizing Warriors going into this next year. Of course, being the former first overall pick that he was. All of the hype in the world coming out of high school. And really, since then, has just been a bit unsteady, or at least hasn't lived up to expectations. But the guy still puts up 20 points per game on a regular basis. However, there's a lot of Warrior fans that aren't on board with Andrew Wiggins. They want him gone. They want him traded to bring in a bigger piece. And if you're going to bring in a bigger piece, it probably has to include Wiggins. So what camp are you in? Do you want to keep him or do you want to trade him? Type K for keep, type T for trade, and let me know what you guys think. But let me just make a little case to you of why the Warriors should keep him for next year. Because the last time we saw Wiggins on a good team was back in 2017, 2018 when he was playing with the Jimmy Butler-led Minnesota Timberwolves. And in that year, we saw him be a more efficient player at 44%, shot the ball well at 33%. And no, he wasn't putting up 20 points per game, but at 17.7 points per game, that's more than enough out of a guy for the Minnesota Timberwolves and for a guy that's going to enter the playoffs. And so my stat prediction next year is a pretty similar stat line for him. A little less points per game because I think he'll be splitting it more with a higher profile scorer in Steph Curry. But look, if Wiggins is giving you 16 on a regular basis and shooting above 33%, which I think he can do pretty regularly, I think Warrior fans should be happy. I'm also going to tell you, I think I predict his field goal percentage to be up around 46% next year. I think that's more than enough if he can play solid defense as well on the other end. Now, with the season around the corner, as I mentioned at the top of the video, you got to make sure that you subscribe to youtube.com/WarriorsTV. be, because I'm going to have you covered with your Golden State Warriors news, rumors, and other stuff as well, all throughout the regular season. So go ahead, scroll on down, hit that big red subscribe button. Let's talk about the other wing on the Warriors, the newest Warrior, really, in Kelly Oubre Jr. This is a guy who's never been on a good team. You've seen him on the Wizards and you've seen him on the Suns, both times being teams that missed the playoffs altogether. But you look at his past 4 years, and he's really just had a seismic shift in his scoring ability. He started 2016-17 scoring 6 points per game and only shooting 28% from three. Jumps up to 12 points, then jumps up to 15 points, and then this past year with the Suns, up to 18.7 points per game for Kelly Oubre. 18.7. So I don't think you should be expecting him to put up 19 points per game with this Warriors team. In fact, I think his stats will be very, very similar to his numbers, to Andrew Wiggins' numbers, I should say. I think he's a really good rebounder. He's a better rebounder than Wiggins is. Not quite the passer that Wiggins is, but I think their scoring ability is very similar. And him playing alongside a playmaker like Steph Curry is greatly going to benefit his three-point percentage, which is why I have him at 36%. If you're averaging between Kelly Oubre and Andrew Wiggins about 30 points and about 35% from three, Warrior fans should be happy. I think that's more than enough for both those guys. I don't think either of them need to be scoring 20 per game. But one way you can score today is by going to this link at chatsports.com/dubsdeal. Go check out all this Warriors gear that's on sale for a limited time only. With Christmas right around the corner, my friends at Fanatics hooked me up. They texted me. They said, hey, Jimmy, we want your fans to know about this. We want your watchers to know about it. We want them to go check out chatsports.com/dubsdeal and get 20% off while you do all your Christmas shopping for the NBA fan in your life, or maybe you're the only NBA fan in your life. And if you know what, that's okay, because Fanatics can be your friend this Christmas at chatsports.com/dubsdeal. Go check them out. Get 20% off all your Golden State Warriors gear. Let's talk about Draymond Green now, because he's the next guy I'm going to predict. He is the starting power forward next year, assuming he finally gets healthy, as he's not currently in training camp. But look, Draymond's going to do what Draymond's going to do. In fact, I don't even want to spend too much time on Green, and I just want to give you his stats, because straight up, I think it's going to be pretty similar to last year. I think his points per game will take a little bit of a spike. Rebounds, I took it down just a tick, because he'll have James Wiseman in there, who's a better rebounder than any of the bigs he played with last year. Assists hovering around the same mark. But where you'll see Draymond take a step back in the right direction is his field goal percentage and his three-point percentage. Because anybody who's anybody is going to benefit from playing with a guy like Stephen Curry. And Draymond Green desperately missed not playing with him last year. So I think once he gets more open looks next season, it's going to be a good thing for Draymond Green, and you're going to see a little bit of an improvement in his efficiency. Now, you've probably been waiting all the way to the – actually, if you've made it here, you have been waiting all the way until the end to hear about James Wiseman, the rookie, and what I think his stats are going to look like. Now, in college, 20 points and 11 rebounds in 3 games, that's amazing. Don't expect that at the next level, okay? That's a little bit too high of an expectation in his rookie season. But I am excited about his numbers. However, a lot of people have tried to give player comps for James Wiseman. I've seen David Robinson – chill. He's not that good of a defender. I've seen some other players like Joel Embiid, maybe eventually one day. I've seen DeAndre Jordan at times as well, but I haven't seen any great ones. So I want to hear what the Warrior fans have to say, because I know you guys are more educated about James Wiseman than a lot of other people. So go ahead to the comment section and respond and tell me your best player comp for James Wiseman. But I do want to break down these two guys and their rookie years. And you're like, Jimmy, why are you showing me DeAndre Ayton and Marvin Bagley? Those are not player comps for James Wiseman. Well, these were the last two true big men to be selected at the top of their respective draft. Obviously, this was the Trae Young, Luka Doncic draft. This is the year that Ayton went 1, Bagley went 2. And these are two, very realistic rookie stats that I think you can expect out of Wiseman. Now, obviously, Bagley and Ayton were playing on terrible teams coming out of college, so their numbers were a little bit more inflated, but I kind of went right in the sweet spot with Wiseman's predictions, right in between what Bagley and Ayton did. And I think that's fair, because I think Wiseman is better than Bagley, but I don't think he's as good as DeAndre Ayton is. And I'm not sure he will be, but that's okay. I think he'll be a 15-point-per-game kind of guy, most of that coming off of lobs from Steph Curry. Maybe he steps it on a little bit beyond the arc, because he has a good shot. It just hasn't fallen yet. I think rebounds will hover around 8 per game. He'll block a good amount of shots and finish most of his shots efficiently. I think this is a fair assessment for James Wiseman. In fact, I might be even a little too ambitious, because if you have 3 guys besides Steph Curry putting up 15-plus points per game, this Warriors team's going to be in a good spot. Now, one last time before I get out of here and leave you alone, I swear I'll get off your screen. All you got to do is go down to youtube.com/WarriorsTV and subscribe to our channel today. We're quickly approaching 15,000 subscribers. I want you guys to help me get there. So go ahead and subscribe, and thanks for watching.